Welcome back everyone. In this video, I'm gonna show you how hackers hack Wi-Fi routers to understand security better. And also, I will show you how you can secure yours. Now, I have a Nokia router for example. This is my own router, so I have full permission to do stuff to it. Quick disclaimer that you should not try this on any other network. Let's get into the video. So default login is always user admin and the password will be as same as my Wi-Fi password. And there we are, on the web panel. Completely normal, nothing special. Usual stuff to configure a network and router. Now, I don't know how this exists, but if you do simple Google search, you will eventually find out that there is a hidden user and its password is same on every router. Now, if you log in, you will see that a new menu is appeared. This user has permissions as default one, but this one can also control router system a little bit. This is so critical issue because you will change user password thinking that everything is normal, but someone can log in with this account and mess with everything. Alright, I will show you how you can prevent this from happening soon. In Maintains tab, you can backup and restore router settings. I'm gonna click export and download the configuration file. It is at the desktop, saved as configuration file. If I read the contents of it, we are not going to be successful. This is because it's not possible to read this machine code using our eyes. But thankfully, a random GitHub repository is there to help us. Shout out to this guy for coding this script. We can turn that gibberish text to human readable format. All you need is to save this code as a Python file in your PC. Now, run it using Python say with u tag to include the config file. And there we are, it's unpacked and saved as XML. And there's also command to repack it. So, let's read this file. It's much better now. What can we do with a configuration file? If you scan the router, you will realize that it has SSH port open. That means we can connect the router using SSH, but we don't know the credentials. However, we can know it from that configuration file. So if I search for Telnet, first thing we will see is Telnet SSH account, and the value is set to false. Change this to true and set username and password. Quick notice is that username should be what's on the screen, otherwise you can't log in. Make sure to set the password to something strong because this is a critical issue. Now, search for SSH and change this to false. Also, do the same for Telnet because we don't want them to disabled. Lastly, disable the limitations of this account. We can do this by just changing the value to false. Now, let's repack the configure file by the given command. To make things look understandable, I will go to desktop. You can see the repacked new configuration file, the XML version and original config file. Make sure to backup it as there is no other way to bring things back to normal if you mess things up so bad. Change the name of new config file to previous one. Let's get back to our web portal. Now, upload the new configuration file and import it. After doing this, your router will restart and apply the new configuration file. This usually takes 1 minute, so I will be back after 1 minute. And there we are on our terminal. What am I going to do is connect this using SSH. But since this is old SSH, I will try to connect it using old G algorithms. Now it's asking password. After entering the password that I set from the configuration file, there we are. We are inside of the router. I'm the root user, meaning I have access to the full system. If we explore this a bit, it's generic Linux kernel 3, nothing special. And I'm on home directory. Here are the system files. User configuration. Also, a quick thing to note that entire thing runs on RAM. As you can see, the system is booted from temp. It's pretty interesting to know. Maybe that's the reason why this router always takes time to boot. By trying more commands, you will know that this has 400 megabytes of RAM and quite enough storage, around 200 megabits. So the real question is, what's bad about this? Hackers can destroy this Linux, replacing data with zero, making your router completely useless and also brick. Hackers can also put sniffers, which will log requests and responses. And we don't want that, do we? Well, it's pretty easy to fix this. All you need to is go back to that configuration file and change the admin password. Then apply the new configuration file. Quick note, you can also change your own password if you forget it by hashing it and replacing the wait line. Make sure to set it something strong because this is critical. Also, disable the SSH connection if you're not going to use. And that's it for this video. Now, I didn't discover about this, it has always been around and decided to make a video about it. Because this is so bad and horrible. So my friend, I think you are also a good person. So you're not going to use this in a bad way. Instead, send this video to your neighbors to let them secure their router too. Let's keep internet a safe and happy place for everyone. As always, see you later.